today I'm going to be fitting this sequential rear indicator kit to my MX-5 RF. This is the box everything comes in. It's quite a small box since everything is well packed. The first item we have is the resistor, and I'll explain what this does in a moment. This next item is the cable, which connects to the existing light fitting, and then one connector for the resistor. We also have some cable ties which will be helpful when tidying up the wiring. We also have these two things here, and I had no idea what these were, but I found out they're actually cable tie fasteners which have some double-sided tape on the back. So you'd stick it onto a flat surface and put the cable tie through the front bit. The last item is the LED strip. They are quite fragile as they have lots of components on it. This side is where all the LEDs are, and on the other side we have the circuit board, which looks very complex. So yeah, be very careful when handling this as it's quite fragile. So the purpose of this resistor is to prevent hyperflashing. Hyperflashing is when the turn signals blink faster than the standard halogen bulbs. This is because LED requires a lot less power, therefore the turn signal will flash much quicker. This resistor is used to prevent this hyperflashing so that the turn signal blinks at the same pace as the original bulbs. These do get quite hot when in use, so be careful where you place these in the car. The first thing we need to do is remove this plastic piece from the boot. There are 4 clips that you need to remove. This is what the clips look like. So you'd pull the inner piece up slightly and then remove the entire clip. You also need to remove the boot light fitting, which simply clips off. Next, we need to remove the left side of the carpet trim. There are 5 clips holding this piece in place. Make sure you keep the clips in a safe place and be careful when you remove this carpet, as it's quite fragile and you don't want to bend it accidentally. Now we have access to the light fitting. Here we need to push this grommet towards the back of the car. You can see here that the cable is now loose. Next, you need to remove the nut from the inside and the screw on top of the light fitting. This next part will be a bit tricky, but what you need to do is push the light fitting out towards the back of the car. On the outer part of the light fitting there is a small clip holding it in place, so you need to make sure you push straight back so that you don't damage the clip. I have kept the light plugged in just in case it flies out. Once the light has unclipped, you can safely disconnect the cable, but make sure you're still holding the light. This will mean you'll need to remove the cable with one hand, which was quite difficult to do. Now you will need to remove the existing halogen bulb from the socket. For some reason the socket on mine was jammed, but after trying for almost 5 minutes I ended up having to loosen it carefully with a spanner.
3 days later.
Here is the light with the new LED strip. You'll need to put the LED strip inside the light fitting before attaching it to the socket. Now we can reattach the light fitting to the car, so just simply push the wire back through and make sure you push the light in straight and you will hear it clip on. Here is the cable back in its original place. What we need to do here is pull the grommet back into position. Next, you need to attach the new wiring along with the resistor, which is simple to do. I've also tidied up the wiring and secured it using the cable ties provided. The last couple of things left to do is to reattach the carpet and plastic trim pieces. Here is what the turn signals looked like before. And here is what it looks like afterwards. It does pulse a bit quickly. I would have liked it if it was a bit slower, but I still think it's a nice touch. I hope you found that useful. When it comes to fitting the right side, it's the exact same process as the left, so you shouldn't have any problems. But let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.